vital resource for sustaining habitats, food, and agriculture and recreation. Water is a natural cycle of vapor, liquid, and solid. Today's groundwater is tomorrow's drinking water. However, man-made radioactive toxins are being deliberately, accidentally released from nuclear power plants and are incrementally poisoning this natural water cycle. Today, I will be persuading you to dispose of nuclear waste properly. Radioactive waste is an issue that has become increasingly worse and needs to be disposed of properly. First, I'll address problems concerning radioactive waste. Next, I will discuss the causes for nuclear waste polluting the environment. Finally, I will talk about the various solutions to nuclear waste pollution. With that being said, I'll now move into my first main point. Radioactive waste is contaminating the environment. Water supplies are being contaminated by nuclear waste. The marine environment is being polluted by nuclear waste, which includes oceans, seas, and other major bodies of water. Uranium leaks into the groundwater and gets into the water supply. According to an article from the Boston Globe, there was a leak of radioactive water at Vermont Yankee, along with similar incidents in more than 20 other U.S. nuclear plants in recent years. That has kindled doubts about the reliability, durability, and maintenance of the nation's aging nuclear installations. www.boston.com, 2010, by Beth Daly, Boston Globe newspaper. This leads me into my second main point, which is the causes of nuclear waste pollution. Nuclear waste causes contamination in the environment for many reasons. The causes of water supplies being contaminated are underground pipes from nuclear power plants leak a radioactive substance called tritium. Tritium is a very hazardous radioactive chemical that can poison the water supply. BeyondNuclear.org, book titled Leak First, Fix Later, April 2010. Nuclear fallout causes radioactive contamination to exist in groundwater. www.napu.edu, book titled Groundwater Contamination by the National Academies Press. The reasons for the marine environment being polluted by nuclear waste are: government agencies do not dispose of nuclear waste properly. Instead of disposing it into the oceans, they do not dispose of waste properly and dump it into oceans, instead of putting it into mountain regions. And often during the transportation of nuclear waste to disposal facilities, trucks containing it lose control and crash, thus causing it to release into lakes, rivers. Library.thinkwest.org, a radioactive contaminants article. The causes for uranium reaching the water supply are: when disposed of improperly, uranium gets into the groundwater, which leaks into the water supply. Uranium is a substance used in nuclear reactors for the nuclear fission process. Water acts as a pathway for uranium particles, and the particles travel on this pathway, which end up in the water supply. Book titled Environmental Issues by Alex Cozy and Tatsuki Oji, 2009. Lastly, I will discuss some possible solutions for nuclear waste pollution. There are many solutions that are being proposed to decrease the pollution of nuclear waste. One proposed solution is to use E. coli bacteria to get rid of the waste, as shown here in the diagram. E. coli is breaking down nuclear waste, altering the structure of it. The E. coli break down the phytic acid and release phosphate molecules, which then bind to uranium. This creates uranium phosphate precipitate, which can be harvested to recover the uranium, and this completely removes nuclear waste. Another solution would be to make sure that government agencies dispose of the nuclear waste properly. And in addition, there is a proposal to bury the nuclear waste about 37 miles beneath ocean floor, letting its radioactive heat melt through the rock. As shown here, this diagram illustrates that process. The solution is very costly but very effective. If the proposal is put into effect, neither the ocean nor mankind will be affected. Nuclear Waste book by P.C. Sinha, 1998. Today I've given you an overview of the problems, causes, and some solutions of the nuclear waste contamination. Now you understand the impact nuclear waste has on the environment and why it's so vital to decrease the pollution from it. It is also very important that we dispose of radioactive waste properly. The public is concerned because wherever waste disposal sites are chosen, local opposition has forced them to cancel the plans. Nuclear waste is an issue that many people do not worry about compared to a problem such as global warming. Radioactive waste cannot be completely disposed of since there is numerous tons of it all over the world. However, we can make a significant impact on the environment if we put these solutions into effect. Over time, our planet's atmosphere could become very toxic, and it's very important to our health that we implement these measures to clean up the environment.